myself. Thank you for joining our first informational session. My name is Ekaterina and I'm a part of external communication team of MEA Master, which is in charge of this meeting. Just to give me 1 second. Firstly, some organizational things. If during the meeting you will have questions, please write them in the chat. We will answer them. And if you will have questions after the meeting, please raise your hand in Zoom and we will give you the floor. Just to let you know that we are recording our session. So if you don't want to be filmed, please turn off your camera. Back to the session. In this session, you will be able to learn more about our MEA Master and about Isaac France. Don't want to use your time anymore. I will give the floor to the head of the master, Quentin David, and the lecturer and project executive, Geoffrey Zamba.
Okay, thank you. I try to share my, okay, so you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank the MEA external communication team for setting up this event. So thank you to Edith, Ekaterina, Claire, and Nyomza for organizing this event instead of the traditional MEA job fair that we could not organize this year. So to start, a very quick word about myself. So my name is Quentin David. I have been appointed head of this master last September, so it's quite recent. And it's also an opportunity to publicly thank Agila Krifa-Schneider, who set up this master 18 years ago, which is, I think she did a great job. And I would like to thank her again and to wish her a good retirement period that started last, in September when I took over. Maybe just a last word. I'm professor of economics in the University of Lille for now 7 years, I think. And that's how I arrived at the head of this master. So what are the main aspects of this Master in European Affairs? So the first thing to say is it's a 2-year program. We ask students to devote full time to the program because although students that are here know that there are not that many class hours, there is a lot of work beyond the classes. So it's important to have time to make these this homework and to conduct the project that you have the opportunity to conduct during the master. So the main purpose of the master since the beginning is to educate future experts and managers that are going to work either within European institutions or around European institutions or also for international companies. And this is an important aspect of the master. It really leads to jobs in both the public or the private sectors. And I will say maybe a word about that later, but if you look at our alumni, about 50% of them are working in the private sector and the other 50% is working in the public sector. Well, of course, it's targeting students that would like to have an international career with this focus on Europe, which is very important. So most of the information I will give you, I will try to sum up the important information right now, but there is a lot of information available on the website and you have the address of the website here. I would like to say a quick word about the main features of this master. So the first one is that it's a pluridisciplinary master. So mostly it merges economics and management. And I think what is important is to say that it's not just because we wanted to have a multidisciplinary master, but rather than we feel this is what we need at the European level. People with different skills coming from different fields, and this is why we set up this pluridisciplinary master. So it really copes with the needs at the European level. Another feature of this master is that it is fully taught in English, which is quite rare in France. Actually, there are 2 masters in economics in Lille that are taught in English. And there is also the opportunity for foreign students to learn French. Actually, it's not really an opportunity because it's mandatory. So on top of the traditional classes, you have language courses. So for foreign students, they can choose French as a foreign language to learn French. And for French-speaking students, they can choose another European language, which is either German, Spanish, or Italian. Another specificity of the master is that it is so the teaching staff is a mix of academics, so people coming from the university that have a PhD, and professionals, people actually working in either private companies or public organization. And it's really balanced between the two. So you have these theoretical aspects, which are mostly provided by the academics, and these practical aspects, which are mostly taught by people actually using it, so working in the private sector. So it's a mix of theoretical and practical classes, and it's one of the last specificity of the master. You have the opportunity to make 2 internships. So at the end of the master 1, you are supposed to do either an internship or to write an applied dissertation. And at the end of the master 1, it lasts 2 to 3 months. So starting in May or June, you have to spend 2 or 3 months doing that internship or dissertation. While in master 2, almost 50% of the master 2 is devoted to an internship or a dissertation, which is a very long internship and very, I think, useful. And you can, again, choose between either an internship or an applied dissertation that you can write under the supervision of any member of the teaching staff, or you can decide to go for a research dissertation. So this is for selected students only. So you have to apply for the research dissertation. In that case, you get an initiation to research, so a short class which explains how to do research, and then you have to choose an academic supervisor, so someone with a PhD to supervise that research dissertation. And generally speaking, the idea of the research track is to lead to the possibility, at least, to engage into a PhD, so at the end of the master 2. And finally, last, I think, important feature of the master, we have, I would say, many extracurriculum activities that I will briefly describe here. So first one, we organize several invited lectures. So it can be specific intervention of a professional or an academic on one specific field that can come from another institution, really to give a talk about one specific topic on one day. It's kind of conferences. So in general, we have the MEA job fair, where a student can meet professionals and professionals can meet our students, which is, I think, also very useful for both finding an internship or for future career. In theory, but again, this year, it's not going to be the case, we participate to the SUNY model. So the SUNY model is an international simulation organized either in Brussels or in New York, so it changes every other year, where a student have to play a national delegation that is going to participate to a European Council Summit. So each delegation is composed of 4 people, so the ambassador at the EU, the head of the delegation, so the prime minister of our president, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Ministry of Finance. They send proposal for the European Council Summit, and then during 2 days, students gather, so from different countries, each one is playing the role of one, so takes the role of one specific country, and you have to try to push forward your proposals and to try to get to an agreement, to negotiate with the other country, to push them to accept what you would like to obtain at this summit. And it's also really, I think, a great opportunity to experience this interaction that takes place at the European level. Also, we have the seminar in Brussels. So at this stage, all institutions are closed in Brussels, but I still hope that we'll have the opportunity to organize it later during the year. So the idea is that we go for 2 to 3 days in Brussels. We visit the European Parliament, we visit the European Commission. We also go at the Parliamentarium to have a kind of a role-play game, which lasts for 2 to 3 hours. It's also a way to better know these European institutions and how it works in practice in Brussels. And finally, this year, we decided to set up what we call the mentorship program. So the idea of the mentorship program was to ask some of our alumni to follow a couple of students, and they write and they review their curriculum vitae to help them to prepare to get an internship and future job. And also they organize a mock hiring interview just to get better trained for the future, to increase the preparation of, to improve the preparation of our students. We offer also a couple of opportunities to start. There are 2 possibilities to obtain a double degree. So the first one is with VILDAO. So student can apply to spend the second semester of the first year of the master in VILDAO. So VILDAO is a partner university, is located in Germany next to Berlin. If students go there and they succeed for this semester, at the end of the Master 2, they get the double degree, so diploma from VILDAO, another one from Lille. And we try to organize also another double degree, which is the European Economics and Political Affairs track. So it's possible to spend the second year of the master in a partner university, which is more focused on political affairs rather than what we do in Lille. So it's a way to get this experience from another institution. And then you go there for the Master 2. We are currently trying to renew the agreement with some partner universities. So I hope it will be open next year. Also, in the framework of the project management class, you have many opportunities. So, for instance, the organization of this event was supervised in part within this class, and you have many opportunities to meet our partners during the project. Well, I said a word about the internship. And finally, as the alumni network is quite extended and useful for our students. Just to almost to conclude about the success of the master. So first of all, it's highly selective. So I didn't really look at the figures, but for instance, this year we selected between 10 and for sure less than 15% of candidates were selected for the master. We received the best assessment by independent authorities, for instance, so ARS, which is not a real comparison, but MOXI, Monitor of Commerce International, declared, ranked our master first in its field 3 years ago. So this is also really good. And according to OFIP, which is the organization at the university which try to follow the student to know what they become after university. So according to their survey, we had, at least it was the case 2 years ago, 100% occupation rate after the university. So I think it's 2 years after studies. It means that 2 years after studies, 100% of our students had a job. And as I told you, there are jobs in the private or in the public sectors, and this is just a list of examples that we have. So there are managers in European affairs, project managers, consultant, negotiators, lobbyists. So this is in the private sectors, and in the public sector we have parliamentary assistants, advisor in European affairs, in political organization institutions. Several people are project leaders on European research contracts, and so on and so forth. So this is to say that there is a wide variety of outcome for our students. To conclude, for how to apply, so the master is designed for students who have a background in economics or management or political science, but we are also open to other students, and it happened that we select students from other fields with other backgrounds if they show enough motivation to catch up what they probably miss in economics and management. So it's really open because of our interdisciplinary aspect. Of course, it's important to speak minimum, or to be able to speak in English and to understand, to follow a class in English. It's useful to have a TOEFL certificate or something equivalent, but again, it's not mandatory. The selection is based on, I would say, 3 dimensions. So academic records, also, of course, is important, but it's not the only aspect. Motivation is very important to us, and professional aspiration. We want to have students whose goals are aligned with the master. This is important to make sure that students can take advantage of the master, but also that the master can take advantage of students. I mean, it goes in both directions. It's also possible to apply directly in Master 2 for students that already hold 240 ECTS credits, or for students who have a bachelor degree and a minimum of 5 years of work experience. So you can apply directly to the Master 2 under this condition. And you can also apply at the same time to Master 1 and Master 2. In that case, we have an interview, and in any case, there is an interview, and we can discuss whether it's more appropriate to go to the Master 1 or in the Master 1 or in the Master 2. All these information are available on the website. Just to say that, to conclude, that the recruitment starts in March 22 this year, so in 2021. And again, thank you very much for the organization of this event. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think maybe somebody have questions. We just wait a little bit, and if no, we have some questions for you. Okay, if you want to ask questions, you can write it in our chat. While we are waiting, I have a question. Can you say what is the difference between university and private schools? So what is the difference? Why should I choose, for example, university and our program?
I have two answers to that question. So the first one is very general. Generally speaking, the difference comes from the content of the classes. University tends to be more theoretical, and private school tend to be more applied. In our master, it's not the case at all. So we cannot use that distinction, although it's true that we have some academic classes, so taught by academic teachers. So we still have this theoretical background, but at the same time, we have so many practical classes that the general distinction does not apply. So this is the first aspect. The second one is that, in particular for our master, I don't really see any comparable master, whether in the university or in private school. Maybe, for what I know, there are 2 masters in European dimensions, I would say, in Brussels. But again, one is very theoretical, so it's in economics and it's very theoretical, and so nothing to do with our master, no management classes, for instance, no applied classes, no internships. And the other one is in politics. So again, there is it's more slightly more applied, but it's not comparable again with what we do in our master with this mix of practical and theoretical classes.
I don't know. I also have a question about internship. I don't know if it will be better for Mr. Zampa, but I will ask, and after, if you help to your students to find an internship. I saw about mentorship program, but do we have something else what can help to students to find their internship during the period when they need it?
I think we should answer to that question together with Geoffrey, because he's on the first line to for these the internship. Nevertheless, what I can say is that we do what we can to help students. Of course, it's not always possible to find an internship. I think we have a majority of students who get an internship, and some of you actually have a very nice internships, very useful for the future, but it remains difficult and tough. It's like the job market, and yes, it's difficult. But we do our best, and Geoffrey, I think, should add something, because he's really the one who follows you for the internships. Geoffrey, you want to add something?
Yes. So tell me again.
It's about whether we can help provide assistance to students to find an internship.
Yes, of course. As you mentioned previously, we support students to get internship through, for instance, the mentorship program, where during 1 month, students are being followed by alumni to review their CVs and their motivation letter in order to improve their applications for recruiting organizations. But also, like, it is our duty, and it is especially my duty to support students in this on this ground. And to do this, I usually forward all the proposals, the job proposals and internship proposals that we receive from our alumni to our students. And usually we receive quite a lot, but I think that I'm going to precise it a bit more in my presentation also, because, like, I'm detailing quite well all the means that we provide to the students to get internships. So maybe I should present it afterwards.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I have one question more, just to be clear. Is there for accepting process, for example, some criteria about country? Do you accept every person from each country, or can be a problem for someone, or everyone can apply for this master, and if he or she has good competences for this master, you're ready to accept?
So actually, the master is open to all students, and the only thing is that depending on whether, so this takes place at the country level. Some countries have an agreement with France, and in that case, they can apply through a dedicated website, which is called, if I don't make a mistake, Campus France. And everything is taking place through that website. Otherwise, students from other countries, if a country doesn't have that agreement, they have to go on the French platform, which is a bit tougher, because I think everything is in French on that platform, which is not the case, of course, on Campus France. But it's really completely open. And actually, we try, generally speaking, we have maybe I didn't say that, we have also a balance between French and foreign students. And in general, it's more or less 50-50. So 50% of students are coming from France and the other 50% from abroad. This year, I think for the last recruitment, we had slightly more French people, but I think it was due to the situation, because actually we had a couple of cancellations from people that at the end didn't want to leave their country because there was too much uncertainty about the situation in the world with COVID. But it's really open, and we really like and enjoy having students from different countries and cultures.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was very interesting. I don't see any questions, so thank you a lot for presentation. And I think we can give a floor for Mr. Zamba.
Okay, so thank you again, Kate, Claire, Edith, and Nyamza for the preparation of this virtual fair. So my name is Geoffrey Zamba, and I'm a lecturer in international negotiation and project management. And I'm also executive project manager of the master. And my role in the master is to create links with the economic and professional world. And therefore, I use my position as a consultant in EU funds to link the master with professionals and get the best professor for our students. And this year, we had teachers from the European Agency for Railways, Interreg, the Chamber of Commerce also. So it kind of gives you a little view on the quality of the teacher that can provide teachings in our program. So it allows our students to get practical hand, and we have a partner also with EU consultancies like Welcome Europe, sustainable consultancies like Pocheco. We have partnered also with Hauts-de-France region, both the international department and the European Affairs department. And we also have partnered with some international firms like Kiabi. And these partnerships that I'm presenting to you are made within a course that is named Project Management, where students had the opportunity to implement a project throughout the year. So at the end of the MEA program, students are able to justify both a theoretical knowledge and a practical knowledge, in addition to the internships that they have to make at the end of the second semester and the third semester. It is also a way for organizations to test students in real environment and then to hire them. So I explain myself. If during the first semester and the second semester, students implement a project, for instance, with Kiabi, then if they have been able to implement the project quite well, then the person with whom they are working with would be really interested in hiring these students for an internship in order to fully implement the project that they have started to implement during the project management course. So it's kind of a first foot that the student is putting into the professional world when they participate to this project management course. I can also name some companies like Le Safre, where last year we had one of our students coming from Chile. She was working for Le Safre in Chile, and she came here in order to reach a position in Le Safre, in the headquarters of Le Safre in Marc-en-Barœul. And basically, she went to our program, and she had been able to attend an internship in Le Safre. And right after her internship, she has been recruited there. So it is one of the positive outcome of this master, meaning that our students had really the opportunity to professionally improve their profile, and then to be recruited by famous international firms like Le Safre. But also, as you can suppose, students can be recruited by European institutions like the Commission, the Parliament, the European Investment Bank. So give you a little taste also of the type of a career that our students can handle after being graduated. Last but not least, our program is highly appreciated by recruiters from the EU4EU platform. So previously, Ekaterina was asking what type of support do we provide to our students in order to get internship. This platform, EU4EU, is a platform which recruit mostly students in order so they can work in EU finance or EU project management. And from according to the international department of our economic faculty, the students from the Master of European Affairs are the ones who are trusting most of the job proposal that is proposed by the platform for the university, actually. So it is quite a success for us because it means that European institutions really and truly recognize the fact that our students are really fit to take over some positions in their organizations. I can, for instance, say that we have students like Claire here who had an internship in Portugal. Other student got internship in Greece. Another one had an internship in United Kingdom. So it is really a success for us. To conclude, on the side of the alumni network, we have an alumni network that is composed of 200 persons. And one of my duty is also to alive this group of 200 persons. Historically, we have constituted this group on LinkedIn, but if you are an L3 student, I suggest you to follow us on Lille Agora, the University of Lille Student Network. So you will also have like information from fresh information directly from our students. And what I can say from these 200 persons that belongs to our alumni network is that 50 of them are highly active and are participating to the projects described previously. And they are also participating in our program as guest speakers or mentoring, the mentoring program that I was presenting to you previously, a mentoring program that helps students for professional insertion. Just a last word on the guest speakers. It's really important for us in our program, because when we are giving theoretical knowledge, such as in international negotiations, guest speakers come to our lecture in order to testify and witness that how the theory is applied in practice. And then our students have a concrete vision and an immediate vision on how the theoretical knowledge that has been taught during 2 hours is being applied in the last hour of the lecture. And I'm pretty happy of the fact that alumni are really interested, these 50 alumni are really interested and motivated to participate as a guest speaker in all our lectures. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate.
Okay, I have a question. My question is about English-speaking students. Do you think it's possible, even with our partners, or just your opinion, to find the internship in France if you don't really speak French? You know, you understand, but maybe you're not so perfect to write emails or something. What do you think?
Well, as we can say, like everything is possible, and impossible is not French. So basically, you have to prepare in advance your profile, and we are here to help you to prepare your profile. If I take the example of this girl coming from Chile, she didn't speak a really good French actually when she came in France, but she had been really serious and had take seriously these French courses that were provided to her in order to improve her profile. Then she had the chance that in Le Safre, even though it is in Marc-en-Barœul, the official working language is English. So it means that in France, believe it or not, you have international companies where English is the main language. So all the effort that you and I and us have to make in advance is to try to identify right at the beginning who are the institutions that will be the most entitled to recruit you. Same as Niamza, for instance. Niamza had an internship at the Kosovo embassy. I mean, you know, like she knew from the very beginning that as she comes from Kosovo, like she would maximize her chance to get an internship from a Kosovian organization. And this is what we have to work on. When you come into the master, you shouldn't forget where you come from, and you shouldn't forget your nationality. Your nationality is actually an asset that you shouldn't underestimate. And this will help you to get an internship with all the teachings that we are going to provide to you.
Okay, thank you very much. I have also one question about a project which students do during your course, during the project management. Is there is opportunity to have like a own personal project and give, for example, idea for the project and realize it during your course?
Well, we are always, we try as much as possible with Quentin David to be flexible. If you come with a project and it already happened in the past, if you come and it's actually happening right now, because like this idea of making a virtual fair was not my idea, remember? So when students come with some projects, we try to be open-minded as much as possible, and we try to see how it can be implemented. So if you come with a project, I will try to analyze the feasibility of implementation during the time frame that is given to us. And if it's feasible, then we make it.
Okay, thank you. I think from me, that's all about question. If you have any question, you can write in chat or raise your hand. If no, thank you